俺はドラゴン。This is not as bad as people make it out to be. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Worst Rated Anime Shows. Today I'll be looking to another anime adaptation based on a video game called Panzer Dragoon. This one has a big name in his back and its production IG, so before the Shingekis and the Kurokos, and after it goes in the shell and Video Girl Eye, Sega decided to promote this game with the help of this animation studio. Before starting, some backstory. I am not familiar with this saga of video games. I was barely a baby when the Sega Saturn was popular, and I didn't know what a computer was when the game was on sale. And yet here I am doing crazy things right now, like watching the worst anime shows my anime list has to offer instead of finding the game and playing it. But maybe one day I will decide to do it. With all my sincerity, I don't get the fuss about this one being horrendous. This doesn't go to the low level something like Hanoka or Vampire Homes have done, so I guess I will defend it to a certain degree, basing this review towards the original Japanese version, which nobody has picked up to subtitle. But I believe it is very straightforward even in a raw state, because trying to find this in subtitles, oh boy, that was a big task to do. But shoutouts to Shogun Gaming for finding it. Now, if someone can sub this, it will help a lot, because I see this only getting English dub releases whenever I try to find it on the internet. Maybe Sega's chaos of the 90s was over beyond them, that they didn't think someone would want to watch this animation in its original language, because it is only available in VHS and Laserdisc. Looking for more information about this, it shows that it was produced by none other than the creator of later studio, PA Works, Kenji Horikawa, responsible for one of the best non-intentional comedies, that is Another, and the tearjerker, that is Angel Beats, and the screenplay by Yosuke Kuroda, who has worked in the composition of Trigun, and the script and series composition of Hellsing Ultimate, and even the fan favorite of the moment, My Hero Academia. So I guess you must start somewhere in your career. Then, what is it about? The story is very simple. It is the typical save the damsel in distress. This time, the name of that damsel is Alita, and the hero of today's story is named Kill, where he must rescue her from an evil black dragon that finds her, and he combines himself with her to make him more powerful, because Alita has like psychic powers and she's blind for some reason. And with the help of this blue dragon that calls himself Blau, by the way, German word for blue, yeah, very genius, who later finds Kill, and then he decides to help him in this problematic situation. Meanwhile, there's this empire that wants to destroy a black tower that is the root of evil, and it shows where this black dragon comes from. So with the power of the black tower and the psychic girl, this black dragon will be powerful and rule the world. I guess. Okay, the story is very silly and has a lot of ass pulls and sudden things that happen in the plot without explanation, like why this dragon wants to destroy the world, why the empire wants to destroy the tower, why Blau wanted to make a bond with Kill, why Alita has psychic powers, why some survivors get possessed, and more. This may show that this animation is very stupid to do and that contains no explanations, but again, is it really that terrible? The show is serious, but it doesn't go in a way of insulting the people watching it. It's just about this hero that saves the day in this action animation, and that's it, no matter what it takes to him to do it. It is just that, something Kill achieves in the end, but with some sacrifice of others, but I don't think spoilers for something like this will affect you. Now moving to the animation, which is one of the horrible things you find with these shows, what I can say about it is that the animation is fair. It is your typical 90s anime character design, which honestly I am a big sucker, but with all fairness it's okay at its best. With Production IG animating it, you could see that they worked on a budget for this one, and did the best they could. Because I got to admit, they did Ghost in the Shell a year prior, so they actually could do good stuff back in the day too. In this production you have a lot of obscure tones in characters and backgrounds. The dragon's designs are fantastic though. Honestly, they look amazing and created for the time and really well made with the artistic choice they had. The hand-drawn backgrounds are also okay-ish, and the only horrible part is the CG backgrounds and the CG attacks. It may be 1996, but they really are horrible even for the time. Not even the worst Sega Saturn game has that 3D quality. The animation is hit or miss in some spots, but it doesn't go to be a very lazy way like other shows tend to do. The music is meh. There's only like 1 or 2 music scores in this whole thing. They are very dramatic with some medieval tones into them, but very forgettable. The voice actors in Japanese do a good job. they do fine with the script they are given to them, and that it's all. And no openings and ending songs on this one. The characters are tropes and stereotypes, but again, they do the job. Kill is your typical hero worried about his girl. The only boring part from him is that he says Alita way too much in this show. Alita! 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 But what can you expect? He must be dramatic and show that he cares about her. Although the only backstory they give is that they are from a little town and hope for the best future ahead. Alita is okay. She's just your typical girl that needs to be saved. Although something explaining her powers, like why she can sense the black dragon and other creatures, would have been fine even if it was described in the cheesiest and redundant way. Finally, the dragons. They are your typical one is good and one is bad. And that's it. My experience with this one is quite enjoyable to a certain degree. The action is good, except when there is a 3D animation involved, and also even one-liners explaining some of the issues with the plot would have been okay. But I believe that since this is just a promotion for the game, it isn't bad. Not like many other anime shows based on games that do that even in a worse way, and extending them or compressing them in a lot of cases. 誰か養ってくれ。仕事をしない！ホームズの代わりにあなたが名探偵になるアプリ！ヴァンパイアホームズ! Now my final thoughts. Trying to comprehend what makes this short animation incredibly atrocious and a disgrace to the whole anime medium in general is beyond my understanding. If it is because of the English dub, then honestly, what a stupid reason to criticize the show. It is like saying that One Piece is bad because of the horrible 4Kids dub. So no, just because of a bad localization doesn't make it a bad show in the first place, because the creators don't decide on poor localizations in some cases, and maybe it wasn't the way their media wanted to be conveyed. If it is because of the fans of the game that find it horrible and not a good adaptation of the source material, it will be understandable. But I found this forum of dedicated fans of Panzer Dragoon, and they even think that the OVA is not that bad. It's not a masterpiece neither, but it's okay to watch. Even I, with no prior knowledge to this video game series, I don't find it insulting. If you want something like that, watch BlazBlue Alter Memory. That's a good example that even without video game knowledge on the source material, it can suck a lot, with bad plot and lazy Deus Ex Machinas. And if you want a bad show based on a Sega video game and even animated by Production IG, I recommend you to watch a show called Shining Hearts Tiawa no Pan. Now, that one is just a boring piece of crap if you want something horrible to watch and get stressed about it. This one is just a mediocre promotion if you don't find anything to watch, but it's not as insulting and dramatic as many people make it out to be, and besides, it is just 25 minutes long and one episode. Other crap gets 50 episodes long and they are dreadful to watch. So again, this is not as bad as many people make it out to be, and as the whole internet makes it out to be. But what can I say, I'm just one guy against the whole internet in this one. Well, this is everything from my part. Hope you enjoyed this review, and if you want me to suffer more, subscribe and check my other videos that I have done if you want to. Take care in whatever you do, and see you next time. Bye!